Assalamu alaikum. Today we are discuss about membrane of red blood cell and intestinal mucosa. So first we discuss about cell membrane of red blood cell. So red blood cell consists of protein, phospholipid, cholesterol molecule, and carbohydrates. So what is phospholipid? Phospholipid is a lipid containing a phosphate group in its molecule. And what is a cholesterol molecule? Cholesterol molecule is a waxy fat-like substance that found in all the cell in your body. And what is a carbohydrate? Carbohydrate are the sugar, starch, and the fiber found in fruits, grain, vegetable, and the milk products. So here we will discuss about three basic components of red blood cell membrane. First, lipid bilayer, second, integral membrane protein, and the third is a membrane cytoskeleton. So first we discuss about the lipid bilayer. So what is a lipid bilayer? The lipid bilayer is a thin polar membrane made up of two layers of lipid molecules. These membranes are flat sheet that are form of continuous barrier around the cell. So lipid bilayer consists of phospholipid, cholesterol, glycolipid, integral protein, and peripheral protein. So in this picture, you can see extracellular side and intracellular side, and this is a hydrophobic tail and this is a hydrophilic tail. Hydrophil- Hydrophobic tail mean water resistant side and the hydrophilic mean this is a water loving side. And next we discuss about membrane protein. There is two membrane protein, peripheral protein and integral protein. In the peripheral protein, there is a tropomyosin, spectrin, actin, protein 4.1, ankyrin, and protein 4.2. And the integral protein is a glycoprotein and band 3 protein. So next, in this slide, we can discuss about peripheral protein and their functions. First, we discuss about spectrin. What is spectrin? Spectrin is a cytoskeleton protein that links the intracellular side of the plasma membrane, and its function is responsible for the shape of red blood cell. So, what is actin? Abundant protein in the cell membrane and participate in and the function is participate in more protein interaction. And what is a ankyrin? Ankyrin are the family of adaptor protein, and the function of ankyrin is interact with band 3 protein and spectrin to achieve linkage between bilayer and cytoskeleton. So next, protein 4.1 is a major structural element and its function is a stabilize actin-spectrin interaction. And for protein 4.2 is an ATP binding protein, regulate the association of protein 3 with ankyrin. And last, in peripheral protein is a tropomyosin, is a heterodimeric protein, stable, and the function is stabilize the actin filaments. So in this slide, we discuss about integral protein. First, glycophorin. Glycophorin is what is glycophorin? Glycophorin is a sialic acid-rich glycoprotein, and the function is impart a negative charge to the cell. Next, band 3 protein is what is band 3 protein? Band 3 protein is an ion exchanger. So function is exchange biocarbonate for chloride ion. So in this picture you can see red blood cell, red blood cell, red blood cell, carbon dioxide uptake and bicarbonate and convert into bicarbonate. And band 3 protein help to flow out bicarbonate and flow inside chloride ion, and this due to this chloride ion pH decrease and the hemoglobin release oxygen outside the cell. So in the next slide we discuss about cytoskeleton. uh, uh, we first discuss about this picture and then we discuss about this slide. So, in the past, you I have you have learned about in the fluid mosaic model the Mm, fluid mosaic model, we have little discussed about the various kind of protein among the integral protein and the peripheral protein. So what is integral protein? Integral protein are the protein which can penetrate lipid bilayer and can interact with the coparticle. So in this picture you can see band 3 protein is a type of integral membrane protein which act as a transport ion channel. What it's mean? It's mean it provide transport mechanism for an ion. The next come on the glycophorin. The glycophorin protein consists of three: glycophorin A, glycophorin C, and glycophorin B. The glycophorin, you might have heard that glycophorin was the first membrane protein that has an ironing sequence recommend, and it consists of number of sialic acid residue which are negatively charged. So glycophorin is providing a pathway to enter into the blood. So we next come on the peripheral protein, and the red blood cell peripheral protein, it interact with the cytoskeleton. And thus, what is cytoskeleton? Cytoskeleton mainly act as a supporting framework for the lipid bilayer. So, so, so here we discuss about peripheral protein present in plasma membrane. First is spectrin. There, spectrin you can see heterotrimer. It consists of alpha chain and beta chain. And okay, so the spectrin is a very abundant in, as you can see, this side is the alpha spectrin and this side is a beta spectrin, and this structure you can see wound around each other, wrap around each other, and four tetramer, and these tetramer are joined by ankyrin, and the ankyrin is bound with band 3 protein, and this is the extracellular side and this is the cytoplasmic side, and 4.2 help to bind uh, ankyrin to band 3 protein and spectrin, and the 4.1 is the bind with tropomyosin and actin. So next in this slide you can see actin, tropomyosin, beta spectrin, alpha spectrin, and glycoproteins. In this slide you can see where proteins are present in the membrane. So what defects in red blood cell membrane? Heredity, spherocytosis, heredity, hemolytic disorder, and mutation in anemia protein. And its clinical features are anemia, jaundice, fatigue, splenomegaly. So, what is splenomegaly? Anyone know what is splenomegaly? No? Splenomegaly is a condition that occurs when your spleen becomes enlarged. Next, elliptocytosis. Elliptocytosis, or when red blood cell become an oval shape, rare heredity disorder and also known as oval cytosis. And it is a hemolytic anemia, rare cases होते हैं जो इसमें पाए जाते हैं. And treatment spleno and is a treatment is a surgical operation involving removal of spleen. So next we discuss about membrane of intestinal mucosa. So what is, where is intestinal mucosa present? Intestinal mucosa present in a small intestine. And what is the intestinal mucosa? It is the mucosa compromise the inner lining of intestinal tract and maintain close proximity with commensal macroderivatives within the intestinal lumen. Recent advances have significantly improved our understanding of interaction between the intestinal mucosa and enteric microbiota. So so here we discuss about wall of gastrointestinal tract. wall of small intestine, and wall of small intestine consists of mucosa, submucosa, and other serosa. We only discuss about intestinal mucosa. What is intestinal mucosa? Intestinal mucosa con inner layer of the mucosa and consists of three layers: epithelium, connective tissue, and smooth layer. In this slide you can see this is the folding side is the epithelium and connect with the submucosa and thick, and next connect with the thick muscle layer, and then other mucosa layers attached. So, in the next, we discuss about the length of the area and villi and microvilli. What is the length of small intestine is a 6 meter, and the what is the absorptive area is only 250 m2. And pilic circulus, numerous fold of intestinal mucosa, villi and microvilli are also present, and along with the crypts of lubricant. And next in this slide you can see this is villi, and this is a blood capillary network and lateral epithelium, intestinal gland, and this is a duodenal gland present on the top of the circular fold. So in the next we discuss about intestinal mucosa barrier. And what is the intestinal mucosa barrier? Intestinal mucosa barrier, also referred to the intestine barrier, refer to the property of intestinal mucosa that ensure adequate contaminant of indesirable human contents with the intestine while preserving the ability of absorb nutrients. So next, defects in intestinal mucosa. Intestinal mucosa barrier function also have been implicating in irritable. So here we discuss about 3 to 4 disease. Bowel syndrome. What is a bowel syndrome? Is a bowel syndrome is irritable bowel syndrome is a common condition that affect the digestive system. It causes symptoms like stomach cramps, bloating, diarrhea, and constipation. And what is metabolic syndrome? Metabolic syndrome is a cluster of conditions that occur together, increasing your risk of heart disease, stroke, and type 2 diabetes. And next, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease and endless septic shock. So, um, thank you so much for listening me.